Hello everyone and welcome to another PHP lecture. In this lecture I'll cover how to create pagination. And basically pagination is whenever you go to Google, this is a good example, and you type something like, let's say, web developer, and you reach the bottom, you have these different pages that you can click. So you can skip the number of searches that it made. Okay, so this is called paginating records. Okay, so we can either click any of these numbers or any of these pages, or we click next and we go to the next page. So I want to create this for our database. So I'm gonna make for each page to show a limit of maybe 8 records or 8 registered users. Okay, and when we click the second page, we will go to the next to the next 8 users. Okay, and so forth. Well, first of all, I need to create several different users. So let me go here. Okay, so I have created a few records or users. Instead of 8, I'm going to put 3 for each page. Okay, so this would be page 1, and then this would be page 2, and this page 3. Okay, now in order to do that, we need to go to the output.php, which is the page and the script that outputs all the records. Okay, now we're gonna make use of the limit SQL command or clause to limit how many records are returned from the database per page we want to show. Now, to make this work, 2 values must be passed from page to page in the URL. One of the values is the total number of pages to be displayed, and the second value is an indicator of which records of the page should display in each case. So let's get to work and start creating our script. So we need to change some things on the output.php. The first thing, we need to create a variable here, which is going to be called display. And this is the number of records to be displayed per page. Now let's create display equals 3, okay, and semicolon. Save this. Okay, now the next thing is you need to determine how many pages are there in total, okay, depending on the number of records you have on the database. Okay, so save this. And to do this, we need to create an if condition and use the isSet and the get. Let's use P here. And if check if is numeric, and here we type again the get P now between curly brackets we need to type pages equals to get P semicolon else and here we type needs to be determined. And here must type already being determined. Okay, let me explain you what this if condition does. So the first time this script runs, okay, we need to determine how many total pages of results will be required to show all the users. Okay, the first time this number has to be calculated. For every subsequent call to this page, total number of pages will be passed to the script in the URL, making it available in the variable getP. Okay, this one here. If this variable is set and numeric, which is what we are determining here, its value will be assigned to the pages variable. Okay. If not, then the number of pages will need to be calculated. I just forgot to put here the underscore that we need to put it here. Let's save this. Okay, so now let's determine or create the script for the case that we need to determine how many pages there are. And the first thing we need to know is to count the number of records. So let's count the number of records. Now to do this, let's create q equals to, and then we type select count, and then we use ID from users and semicolon. Now we create the MySQL query semicolon and dbc q, and now row equals to MySQL fetch array R and MySQL num and semicolon. Now we create new variable records equals to row 0. Okay, save this. So basically we are using or counting the number of records so we can find the number of users that we need to paginate. This query will return a single row with a single column, the number of records. Okay, now we need to calculate the number of pages. So we create an if condition if records is bigger than display, do the following, which this case would be if it's more than one page. Okay, so if it's more than one page, we're gonna calculate how many pages are required. So the number of pages required to display all of the records is based upon the total number of records to be shown and the number to display per page. Okay, if there are more records in the results set than there are records to be displayed per page, multiple pages will be required. So to calculate exactly how many pages, we're gonna use the ceil function that returns the next higher integer. Okay, I'm gonna show you right now how to do this. So pages, we create pages equals ceil and now records, and we divide it by the display value or variable, semicolon. Else pages will be equal to 1. Okay, so with this little script or if condition, we calculate how many pages are there depending on the results we get from the database. Okay, now the next thing to do is to determine where in the database to start returning results. And here we need to create a new if condition, and we will need the isSet again. If isSet get s and is numeric, create a variable called start, semicolon here, then we type else equals to 0. Okay, save this. So in this case, the first time this page is accessed, the get s variable will not be set, and so start should be 0. Which is the first record in the limit clause. Now, after that, subsequent pages will receive the getS variable from the URL and will be assigned to start. Okay, so now we just need a little to create a few little changes here on the select query. At the end, we're gonna type ask, and then we're going to use the limit, and we're going to limit it with variable start, comma, display. Okay, this will show where to start, and this will show how many users we display. Okay, save this. Now down here we need to create the numbers and the button saying next and previous. Now down here at the bottom we make the links to other pages. So if pages are bigger than 1, let's type echo, let's create a BR and P and semicolon. Now type determine what page the script is. We type current page equals to start dividing by display plus 1 semicolon. Now, if not the first page, create previous link. So we create if current page is not equal to 1, echo, and now we create a href equals to output.php and question mark s equals to, here we type the total, the start minus display dot and p equals to, again here, in here, pages dot, in here we type previous a and semicolon. Okay, hopefully this will work. Let's check. Save this. Finally, we only need to make all the numbered pages. So to do this, let's create a for. We need a loop. So for I equals 1 semicolon, I is bigger, is less or equal to pages, and I plus plus. Okay. Now condition if I is not equal to current page, echo a href equals to output.php s equals to dot display and this we need to calculate display by, in here make I minus 1 dot and p equals pages dot for this I, and here we type a semicolon, else echo I, and we don't type nothing. Okay, now we just need finally to test here if it's not the last page, make a next button. So if do pretty much the same thing that we did here, copy. Okay, so if current page is not equal to pages, just start plus display, and the P will be pages, and this will be next. Okay. First of all, I have an error here, so I forgot to close the parenthesis here in line 44, and this is, we have to delete one of these parentheses here, so save this. And down here on 116, we delete this one as well, okay? Save the file. And if we run the output, there it is, okay? 1, 2, 3. And we can click next and previous, but we have a few problems here. Let me put this a little bit more presentable. So here, let's give it a space in here, in previous, here. Let's give it a space in here as well. So let's refresh this. Okay, now we need a space between the number of pages as well. So in here, let's give it a space here and here as well. Okay, save this. Let's get back and refresh. Okay, a little better. Previous. We can also center this. I go center semicolon. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, nice. We still have this problem of the underline decoration. We can use CSS to take that out. We're gonna type style equals to, and here we're gonna type text decoration none. Save this. And there it is. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so this is all for now, and this is how you can create pagination. If you want to change the number of records or users you want to show on the list, you just have to go here, and instead of 3, you can change it to 4. Okay, let's get back. See if it works, and there it is. Okay, perfect. So that's it, and see you guys in the next lecture. Bye.